Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So for today's video, I'm going to talk about giving back to the community. So, you must be wondering, what do you mean by giving back to the community, right? Like, giving back like what, food parcels or like doing some charity work or something? Nah, it's nothing of that sort. Giving back to the society or the community as in through education, the way you motivate the younger generation, the way you teach the next generation how to go about in their lives. We always need to support each other. We need to give back in order to receive. You do not always expect that things will fall in for you if without you just giving back to the society, right? This is what I learned as a student. I have always believed in no matter what other knowledge that I have learned, I have received, or whatever that I've gone through, I have always not taught, but it's always been in me to always give back to the society. In a sense where when you are a good person, now our parents, they bring us up with so much difficulties, so much of challenges in life, right? And yet, if we do not come up as good citizens to the nation and good citizens to the society, we are as good as garbage, literally. So we need to become good people. We need to learn whatever that our parents, they did not go through. We have to go through that challenges, and we need to learn, and we have to give back to the society. Whatever personal experience that you go through, you need to support, you need to teach the younger generations to become better individuals so that they can become future leaders in the society as time passes by one day. So we need to set a good example, right? I have always believed that when I set a good example, when I know what I'm doing, when I teach, I support, I guide my younger generation, juniors in the university, or anyone who needs my advice, literally, right? It doesn't mean that they have to be the same age as me. It could be younger than me, it could be older. Anybody, literally anyone who's watching my videos, or whoever who needs guidance at that moment, I can literally tell you this, that when you give back to the society without expecting anything in return, everything will fall into place for you. Especially, like I've said, that if you believe in the three support systems, whatever that they have guided you, your faith that you have towards it, I'm telling you one thing. Faith, right? The faith that you have towards your religion, no matter what, every God obviously teaches things differently, but they all share the same, almost a very similar message, which is to always give back. Even they themselves always give back to the society. They do not keep their whatever knowledge that they have gained, they do not keep it to themselves. They're not selfish with knowledge. When you are selfish with knowledge, it will always limit you to gaining knowledge from other people. So it's very important, when you give back the knowledge to other people, especially the people who needs it, that's when it will help you, and it will come back to you one day. It will not haunt you. Instead, it will give you good rewards that you deserve, and it will make you a better and better human being until the day you leave off from this world. As a person, as I was growing up, obviously I was a deadbeat loser, but it has never ever stopped in me to give to the society in any sort of way. It could be in charity, it could be through education, it could be in any way. When a person needs my help, I'm always there for them, right? That's the way how I support. I don't need to have friends. I don't need to say that is my family member, that is my friend, that is my so-called loving person. There's no such thing. We are all humans at the end of the day, no matter what. We all deserve to learn. We all deserve to make mistakes. We all deserve to become good people to the society and to the nation one day. To become future leaders is never an easy thing. To become you don't have to become a leader also. But if you want to become a leader, it's an extra bonus for you. But what I'm trying to tell you is, if you want to become a good person in just naturally, right? In nature, you need to give back. The community will always need you, but you need to know who is that person. You need to know who are your target audience. You need to know how they need you. Like, in what sense do they need you? Where if they need you to comfort them, if you need them to support you, I'm not talking about supporting in financial methods here, because financially, anybody who has money can buy you off through that. Money cannot buy happiness, as much as we say money can buy anything. Money obviously can only help you to get ahead in life, right? If let's say, I'm not saying get ahead as in like when you bribe people you can get ahead in life. That's not the thing that I'm trying to give this. I'm not trying to tell you that. What I'm trying to tell you is, money can only be a temporary way for you to get off something. But what gives you the real happiness is when you see another person smiling, when another person is taking your advice and putting it into their own daily routine, and when they go through the changes and they come and tell you, oh my god, I understand, I know now what you have been through. I am going through the same thing, but I have not known how to resolve this matter. But ever since I heard this message, or ever since you have given me the support or this advice, it has changed my life. You have no idea when a person tells you that, how happy it makes you feel. But on top of that, what makes the cherry to the cake is when extra bonuses drops into your life. You may help only one person, you may help maybe 2, 5, 10 people in your life. But I'm telling you, the bonus that you receive will double, triple the amount of joy when you get it. I have done it. I have personally received it as well. And I have never ever expect anything out of it when I give. You know, there are some people who says, there are some jealous people who says, right, well, Aruni, you expect things out of nowhere to happen then? Or like, do you expect things to fall into place without doing any hard work? I'm not saying without hard work things will fall into place. Obviously, even though you help a homeless person on the street, doesn't mean that it will come to you doubling out of nowhere. You need to still put in the hard work. You know, if let's say you're giving advice to somebody, do not expect out of nowhere your grades in your exams are going to be like will be so good. That's not the kind of thing. That's not the mentality that you should set in the first place. The mentality that you should have is, when somebody is going through a problem, or any financial situation or any sort of support that you need in your life, and when you're there for them, automatically, right, miracles will happen. But if you are expecting things to happen well with your career or your studies, I'm telling you one thing, you need to put in so much of hard work. But when you guide your fellow friends, I'm telling you, you are learning as much as they are. But instead, you're doubling, you are learning extra. Now, let me give you an example, right? When you are guiding your classmates or your friends in an assignment, or even if you're doing a group study, let's just say you are a top student in the university, or you're a scholarship student, or you are just in nature you're a bright student, intelligent, smart student, right? And you feel like, okay, there is somebody who needs my guidance. I am going to teach that person. Share the knowledge. Do not be selfish with your knowledge. Teach the friend. That person is saying, I don't understand this chapter. I do not understand this topic. I don't understand what the assignment is about. If you understand it, you know in your own words, after the lecturer have already taught you in class, you know how to explain it to your friends in your own words. I'm telling you, that's the next step of you becoming a better person, in a way where you can actually score better results. Because you, when you are teaching that friend, you're guiding your friend, right? You are also learning the same time. That friend will be learning one time, you will be learning 3-4 times. Because let's just say if you have done your revision prior to that, and you are teaching your friend, and you are well versed already with that topic or with that chapter or with that subject in general, you are teaching that friend. Let's just say you have learned yourself 3 times. You have studied, you know it 3 times already. When you teach your friend, it's going to be a 4th time you are teaching. And still when the friend says, I'm still confused, I'm not getting what you're trying to say, you are teaching them the 5th, you are teaching them the 2nd time, you are understanding the topic 5th time or the 6th time, you know. So that's how you progress, because when you are teaching, you are also being well versed at the same time. So what I'm trying to say is, always never say, you know what, I don't know about the topic. You know deep down your heart and your mind, you know very well, I know about the topic, I know about this chapter, I know about this assignment, but I don't want to share because I'm afraid what will the other person say, or what will the other person, like, if that person is going to be so confused, I'm going to go haywire, I'm going to mess up my entire revision method, my own revision ways of what do you call this, like basically summarizing the entire topic and stuff like that. But I'm telling you this, right? You're being wrong. Like for me, when I taught my friends, when they don't understand a particular subject or a topic, you have no idea, right? Like, I am learning myself, okay? There was this one time I won't forget. It was so close to the final exam, okay? And I did not have so much time to study for my finals. And I thought at that moment, you know what? I'm going to get 2 of my other classmates who are also not well prepared with the subject. I told them like this. During our own time, we do our own notes, and then I will set up a date and time that they are also convenient with, and I will sit with them. I have sat with them for 3 to 4 hours, right? Though yes, obviously sometimes we would run out of topic talking about things, but we sat like 3 to 4 hours during that time and we studied. Like, I would ask her, like, I used to do flashcards, right? on Notion. I use Notion as like my flashcards thing. So I used to write the questions and I would write the answer at the bottom. So what I would do is I would test my friends. I would ask them, okay, what is the meaning of this? Give me the definition of it. What are the examples of this? Give me the elaboration of this. And when my friend gets it wrong, I will, even though I'm not memorized, right? I'm not well versed, but it's just that in class I've paid attention as to what the lecturer is talking, so I can paraphrase it, I can summarize it. So and obviously I don't remember everything in my head, but when my friend gets it wrong and I'm repeating it back to her and she's saying I'm confused, I don't get it, I don't understand, I will tell her, never mind, let me explain to you. You don't understand again? It's okay. I'll get Google, like I will find something simple from Google and I will explain it to you. I'll explain things in my own words until she understands it. And as she's understanding it, I in my head am also memorizing that question and that answer. And that's the study techniques that I've been going through over and over again with my friends, right? So as I did that, do you know, I'm surprisingly, right? Surprisingly, out of nowhere, just because I helped my friend at that moment and I at the same time memorized everything and I understood myself what the topic and the subject that I was learning, I was literally able to sit for my final exams and write the paper so well until I even passed the paper. Okay, I got, if I'm not mistaken, I got a E for the paper. Okay, I didn't even study prior to that. I had no time to study for my finals because I was going through with a bunch of family issues at that point. But I was able to get A. Why? Because of me giving back to the community. Because of me guiding my friends. Because of me guiding the next generation of students. That's why I'm not saying that every one of us are capable of being motivators. I'm not saying that every one of us are capable of motivating our friends to become better citizens, better students, better leaders. But we can all guide and help our friends whenever they need that. Always be truthful. Okay? When you're guiding somebody, always wholeheartedly do it. Don't ever feel the need like, oh my god, she needs my advice, or he's like lacking, he is useless. If you feel that, I'm telling you, you're gonna be the same. You're gonna end up the same. No matter how motivating you are, you're gonna be the same. This is the thing. When somebody demotivates you, and you are a very motivating person, and as my previous video, I say always, be organized, be truthful. Your personality will show to the world, and that's when people know how you are, what kind of a character you are portraying to them. It will change their perception. Though it will change their perception and they will feel deep down inside that, oh my god, this person is so good. We want to be like that person. And in outside, they are showing the jealousy, the anger, they are just being bad towards you. No matter how good you are, deep down in their heart, they know that. But they will quietly see how you are. We don't know, they might change their ways for good. But, and that one only God would know, right? But we know who we are. That's what's important. Always prove to yourself at first, and then you'll be able to prove to the society. You'll be able to give back to the society in different ways. And that's what's important at the end of the day. Because when you give, everything else will follow. Everything else will fall into place. And I personally believe in that. And you yourself, you have to believe. In order for things to happen, you always have to believe, be faithful, and always change yourself for the better. Give back to the people. It doesn't matter in what way. In life, if we want to become a better human being, we always need to give. And do not ever expect anything in return. For me, for this year, so many things have gone wrong, right? Not only this year, like for the past 3 years of my education, so many things have gone wrong. But every time I believe something goes wrong, and when I study and I feel so negative and I be like, oh my god, how am I going to do this? How am I going to sit for my finals? Are my lecturers going to be good? Like, are they going to understand my situation? I'm telling you one thing, everything falls into place. No matter how negative I feel at that point, the same time deep down, I always tell myself, you know, Aruni, everything's going to be better. Everything will fall into place. But I just do not expect things to happen in return. But it will. No, when you are a good person, it will happen to you naturally. It's not something that you can force. It's not something you're going to be like, oh, okay, today I help this person, tomorrow I'm going to help the other person. You know what? I think, right, within a month, I'm going to expect, like something is going to happen miraculously towards me. If you are expecting that to happen, I'm telling you one thing, unlikely, if the thing doesn't happen to you, you're going to be so disappointed. And obviously with this generation nowadays, you're going to end up having mental health issues, okay? Believe it or not. If you're going to expect everything to happen in miracles and for things to just fall into place out of nowhere, there's no future for you, okay? You need sometimes you need to worry, and you need to justify your worries as well. That's when you know where you're leading to, and you know what to expect. What to expect as in, like, okay, I'm going to put this much of hard work. As much as I'm giving to the community out there, I'm also going to put in the determination. I'm also going to be dedicated towards my studies. I'm also going to be dedicated towards my career, or be dedicated towards my life. That's what you can expect out of it. The outcomes of that dedications, you can expect. But you can't expect because of you giving to people, things will happen out of nowhere. If you just sit down and laze around in the house, or you don't study, you don't work, you just expect people to help you all the time, though you are helping people, you're also expecting people to help you in return, it ain't going to go nowhere, okay? So this is very, very crucial. Throughout my entire video, I keep on emphasizing giving back to the community a lot is because of this. Because a lot of people nowadays, they feel that they're entitled to so many things. If, let's say, I just mentioned something about giving back to the community, they're gonna, next minute, right? All of you are gonna think like, okay, I'm just gonna sit and expect things to fall out of nowhere. The entitlement is so high. And it's ridiculous sometimes that I cannot even believe it to that extent. And not only that, they also feel like the world revolves around them. It's not like that. That's not how reality works. That's not how the world even works. If you're going to have that mentality until the day you are gone from this world, I'm telling you, you're going to live a very miserable life, and you are going to always have the mental health issue is going to destroy you terribly to an extent where you're going to feel like you don't even want to live in this world anymore. Mental health is very, very, it can hit somebody so terribly, right, that they would feel so fed up with their lives that they would just end it right there and there. That's why I say, when you give back to the community or the society or the future generation of students, your life will be so much happy. I have found my happiness by giving to people. Okay? When I give to people, when I help elderly, this is the thing about me, right? I have helped so many homeless people. I have helped so many elderly people. To an extent where I feel like I'm getting so many good things in return. So many good things are happening to my life. Though it can be troublesome, but like, okay, for example, right, my parents are elderly. They're senior citizens. Believe it or not, right? Okay. But when I help them every time with wholeheartedly, though they may feel like, oh my god, this child is like crazy, is driving us insane. At some point, because I am thinking good of them and I'm helping them wholeheartedly, out of nowhere, right, good things happen to me in the next moment. Like, my lecturers are super understanding about my situation. They will help me. If I don't understand something, they will guide me on it. And if I need extra guidance from people around me, right, they're just there for me. That's what I've come to realize to this day. No matter what, you need to give back to the community. Okay? I keep on emphasizing this because you need to know. You need to realize. You need to change your character. If you are somebody who lazes around at home and be sitting down expecting marvelous things to happen to you, it's not like that. We do not live in Disney World. We do not live in magical world. Okay? I'm being very, very serious with this is because life is very short. And when you give to the community, happiness falls into you. That's when you can feel happy. Your mental health issues will go off from you. It will lead to mental health issues, right? It can eat you up, but at the same time, if you fill your life with so much happiness and you give back to the society, mental health it won't even stand a chance there. You can do it. Every one of us can do it. Life is not impossible. Every time think that it's possible. And life is short. Do not take things lightly. Do not take things as if that you belong to this world. You will live here forever. It's not like that. Our loved ones, people around us, they all live day by day. We all live day by day. We don't know when we leave, when we will leave from this world. So, when we do good to the world, everything will follow us back. And that's the day we will always be grateful and we will never ever regret. Even when we grow old, we will think to ourselves and say, I have done so much good to the world and I can leave the world in peace. I don't have to expect anything out of nobody. Because I have lived my life on my terms, which is good terms. I have fixed myself. I have good people the same time who believed in me, who feels like they need me no matter what. but I have done my duty towards them. And I can leave this world knowing that they are also going to pass this on to the next generation, to the next future leaders of this world. Right? So, I know it's a very boring thing to hear, but it's the truth that I'm telling you. Me personally, I've gone through this. And you can also do this. I have faith in each and every one of you. No matter you are a student, you are a working person, you are an elderly, you're a toddler, it doesn't matter what stage of life you are. Always give back to the society. Share your knowledge to the people around you. Okay? Okay. So, this is Aruni signing off. Peace.